And now, Channel R presents Discover Spotlight, an exclusive series of interviews with our favorite emerging artists, taking you behind the music.
Hi, I'm Tara, and today on Channel R Discover Spotlight, I'm speaking with Australian singer-songwriter Ziggy Alberts and also playing some of his music. Ziggy and I spoke about his unique coastal folk sound, musical influences, and how his personal experiences define his songwriting. Ziggy also spoke about embarking out on an international tour and how he connects with his fans on the stage.
Wanna know you're closer, darling. Teach me as your hips sway slow. And I know you want this oasis deep. So when it's cold down, we'll stay in here.
Hi, is that Ziggy?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm not so bad, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Good. Been busy?
Yeah, it's been it's been a crazy day actually. It's been wonderful. Yeah, just back to back press and interviews. So the girls have had me locked into the chair, figuratively speaking. And not because that would be a bad thing, but anyway. But what I mean is we've had a busy day.
That's good. I do like your new single you've got out though. The one that the final single you're going to put out before the album, isn't it? So it's Rewind.
Yes, yeah, the bossa nova track Rewind.
Yeah. So with the Latin influence in it, I do like that. It's really good. What more can you tell me about it? About that single?
So yeah, Rewind. I wrote probably late last year. Wait, what year are we in? 2022. So when did I write Rewind? I mean, I thought it was last. No, it was last year. It was last year, in late 2021, and I've been listening to an artist called Banks at the time, who's a fantastic lady artist, and she has a song called Someone New. And anyway, I was just inspired to finally learn some Latin kind of, I guess, chords, and so I did, and I guess the spirit of the song is about to try and live our days like our first and our last, because obviously the last couple of years have been challenging to say the least, and I just, like I said, just trying to live every day like it's your first and your last. That's the kind of feeling, and to try and approach your relationships with that level of which, look, the complacency creeps in all areas of life, including our personal ones, and so it's just about being present.
Yeah, very true. This is it. It has made a lot of people reflect and take note of life in general the last couple of years, hasn't it? And lets you see it from a different view, and you do start thinking to yourself, wow, that it's time to just live life as full as you can.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's definitely the spirit of this song.
Yeah, it's lovely. I love the smoothness of it as well. And it's got that lovely smooth sound to it. It's like a summer. It's still got the summer vibe to me as well.
And that's funny you say it, because it's definitely like it was a standout moment for us in recording terms, I guess, because you always set out to do something with recording, but this was by far our best, how can I say this? This was one of our best recordings, and the irony of it is that I sang and played into the same mic. So I was sitting when I was doing the guitar take, and then I so much as sang into the same microphone, which is not necessarily that's not normal. We didn't do that for the whole record. But the recording was just like smooth, and the mixing came together really quite nicely, and like overarchingly it was definitely a standout moment, not just in its uniqueness compared to the other songs on the album, but also in how it came together, so and people have said that about the song, like I guess it's this friendliness, the smoothness, but it's still intimate, and that's quite a hard, we try every day in studio to make something like that, and it doesn't mean that it happens. So when it does happen, you're very thankful.
Are you over here? Are you touring? Are you doing something over here just now?
So I went. So this is my first overseas trip in 3 years. So basically, we went to. We were in Portugal for 2 days. I'd just been touring lately. Like I've been doing obviously some shows, and I did some shows in Australia. My first shows back in about a year, and Then we came over to Portugal for a couple of days and have been in the UK recording, doing press. I'm going to do a signing at Rough Trade tomorrow, and also on my way to South Africa in literally a couple of days. I think I leave for South Africa on Monday for my
Wow.
first ever shows. So yeah, so just kind of on a bit of a quick little trip around the world.
Oh, yeah, just a little one.
Just a wee little trip, yeah. So no, it has been quite a whirlwind, and
Yeah.
just jumping straight back into, I guess, what is the past life that I was in. So it's been a big couple of weeks, but we've been received with open arms. So I really, really can't complain.
Yeah, I think everybody is so happy to have live music again. I went to my first concert at the end of June, and that was the first one I'd been to since before lockdown. And it was great to just it was the feeling of just being there and listening to live music again was so good.
It's paramount. I think it's in my opinion, it's almost as old as time. Being together and gathering around, whatever that might be, around a communal place, whether that's a fire or how long have pubs been around.
Yeah.
It's that communal gathering thing that's so essential to. I think it's completely essential to the collective awesomeness of people. So yeah, I feel the same way about being back together at shows. Is really, it's really something.
I wanna make this sweeter, baby. Can we make it personal? Wanna know you closer, darling. Teach me as your hips sway slow. And I know you want this oasis deep. So when it's cold down, we'll stay in here. Been cooking in the kitchen and we got it on lock. Oven on 240 and a smoker lock. Sing that song like the last time. Over and over, don't get us stuck in a rewind. Make love and write your poetry too. See that girl at the first time. Over and over, don't get us stuck in a rewind. Fight for your rights and write your poetry too. This sweeter, baby. Can we make it personal? Wanna learn your culture, darling. Porque te amo, você muito bom. You say you know and I don't mind. And I say I've been caught in the tides. Take me to the bedroom, can we strip things down? You know you're the queen and you don't need no crown. Sing that song like the last time. Over and over, don't get us stuck in a rewind. Make love and write your poetry too. See that girl at the first time. Over and over, don't get us stuck in a rewind. Fight for your rights and write your poetry too.
How would you describe your sound then, in general, to people?
So I would say my music, in its pre-essence, is obviously singer-songwriter, but I'd say coastal folk music is probably the best description. I think obviously being a big early inspiration for me, Ben Howard really defines that genre, in my opinion. I remember first hearing his music and it was like a portal to a different universe that opened up, I still remember the moment, 11 years ago, and hearing his songs for the first time and being like, who the heck is this? And it's a crazy thing. It's an amazing thing, music, and I think that coastal folk is definitely where the roots of my music will always be, you know?
Yeah.
Whether that be in topic or reflection upon the places that I've gone. But I would just say that for as chill as some of my music does come across, the shows are an absolute riot. Like, they are really upbeat with a lot of dancing, and it's like probably more akin, the live show is probably more akin to a Mumford & Sons show than it is to a, Jack Johnson show, who I'm playing shows with, and I absolutely love his shows. But I got some shows with him back in Oz through November and December. But it's going to be really hilarious, actually, for the first time to both play the same stage, because I'm doing his support. And it's going to be pretty funny because my show is like pretty raucous, and his show is like chilled back. Laid back, chilled back, laid back.
Laid back, yeah.
Chilled out and laid back.
I like the way that you write, that you have your music, that you write your music. And I like the fact that you want to stick to that. That's your sort of music, and you're happy with that. How do you go about your process of songwriting? Is it sort of all based on actual factual situations, or is it sort of like, just general observation?
Yeah, so I think a lot of my music is based on my life experience, but like 90-something%, 99% of my music is based on personal reflection.
Yeah.
And I'm not yet very much in the space that I write about other people's lives. I have a little bit, but like I said, it's easily 90% just based on personal experience and reflection. And I guess I have lots of commentary. I guess I try and draw on like stuff that's, I guess, the fun thing about music is trying to bring truth forward in a way that people would understand it. And all of us are trying to, in some way, explain things and express ourselves into fundamental truths. And so I think that's the goal in music, is that you might, I think of some of my favorite artists and the way they say things. Like I think of Ben Howard, and there's something he talks about it's in Further Away, one of his early songs. And it talks about how everyone's trying to reach up for a big blue sky, but then everything below you dies. And I just thought, wow, like when someone explains like the idea of reaching for the heavens, but why would you reach for the heavens when everything below you and everyone that you are watching down on, like why would you wish for that? And so in other words, he presented something in a way, an idea and something that's true that perhaps I hadn't heard quite so clearly. And so that's an exciting aspect of music, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
We wanna be famous, but we don't really mind what for, and we wanna feel different, as long as nobody's keeping score. And we wanna get high on another supply, living so conveniently, and we only wanna protest when it's on trend, and everyone else here agrees. We're still figuring out what we came to remember, feeling like an outlaw, living in a post-truth era. We're still figuring out what we came to remember, citizens in an uproar, living through myopic eras. The sun and the sea always work it out. The sun and the sea always work it out. We wanna be honest, ignore the elephant in the room, and we wanna have culture, but cancel it if it ain't my views. And don't wanna get high on another supply, stop living so conveniently, and don't wanna go protest, not cause it's on trend, standing up for what I believe. We're still figuring out what we came to remember, been feeling like an outlaw, living in a post-truth era. We're still figuring out Well, we came to remember, citizens in an era, living through my epic eras. The sun and the sea always work it out. The sun and the sea always work it out. The sun and the sea always work it out. The sun and the sea always work it out. We're still figuring out what we came to remember, feeling like an outlaw, living in a post-truth era. We're still figuring out what we came to remember, citizens in an uproar, living through my epic eras. The sun and the sea. We wanna be.
Channel Art Discover is a weekly curation of music and interviews from the best emerging artists. Listen Sundays at 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern.
I must admit, I like listening to a song that's been written by somebody that is based on their life experiences, because a lot of the time you can then hear your life experiences, or you can take parts of it from your life experiences. I always find that they seem to have something in them that everybody can take a bit of and can relate to.
I think those things, although personal, I think when someone takes their personal experience, expresses the universal experience that's common to all of us. When you find the balance of those things and those feelings, that's why I think you have songs that connect with people, and connect with people deeply. Yeah, and that's I think pretty. That's what I think. In a lot of ways, what we are trying to do as musicians. So I think that's what I'm trying to do anyway.
And I mean, let's face it, it's music, I think, that's kept a lot of us going during all this 2 years of craziness. If it wasn't for us all having music, a lot of us, I think, would have gone mad, because music has got that way of keeping everybody going and keeping everyone connected. It's the one thing, I think, that just doesn't cause trouble for a lot of people. It's there and it's great, whether you're feeling sad, happy, you can find music for whatever you want.
That's a beautiful way to put it. That's a really nice perspective. I think making music is this pool of awesomeness that it's nice as a musician. I think people who make music and people who listen to music, you're both contributing to that staying alive. And music is a way that, like you just said, and it's an important way to express ourselves as listeners and as writers. It makes me think about an experience I had going to a metal concert recently. So my younger brother to this metal show, which was unreal. Like, I tell you what, I've never felt as safe as I did at a metal concert.
That's good.
Which you'd think is quite ironic, perspective-wise. But these people care about each other. The crowd was more like, even though they're doing and I even got in the whole mosh circle and everything with my brother and all that. But like, that is how they express themselves, and it's a known fact amongst their community of listeners. It's how they express themselves. And if someone falls down, everyone straight away picks them up. And I'm telling you, I've been to lots of concerts with people who would seem more chill, and there's not that ethos. And so that's just to say that like, even songs that would be perceivably, I think if people make music with care, for care, and so for example, these people who write these deep, crazy songs, these metal songs, I feel more kinship with them than I do with people who are just writing songs who don't really put much love or care into it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And because you can hear it, can't you, as well?
Yeah, and so when someone cares about their craft, no matter what they're expressing, like, you can find the commonality in the fact that they care about the craft or the people they're playing music to. And music is this beautiful thing that we all, I think it's as old as it's trippy to think of how integral music is in our life. Like, one day I realized, imagine someone looked at a tree. At some point, someone looked at a tree and decided to turn that into an instrument.
Yeah.
Like imagine that someone at some point had that idea,
I know, it's
and
crazy, isn't it?
it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how that quantum leap was possible. And it's just to say that, like, and in that sense, music is a part of our environment and it's a part of our whole world, and so deeply ingrained in what I think it is to be human. So, you know, to contribute to that and be part in that, I think is, in my mind, essential as a listener and as someone who makes music. It's essential.
Am I spinning my wheels again? Foot to the floor, with diesel and all, I'm going nowhere fast. We're traveling to the space station, cleaning the windows, been thinking about how we're so advanced. A woman's alone in a birthday ward, with no visitors allowed. It's driving me crazy when you try to say that it's good for the people somehow. Am I spinning my wheels again? Like a blaze of a feather, a murmuring tether when the magic's in course. We're traveling at the speed of light. No journey of folklore everywhere you front door, there'll be nowhere to go. A grandma's alone in a nursing home, with no visitors allowed. It's driving me crazy when you try to say that it's good for the people somehow. I think we can do better. Keeping our head up, dancing in the dark. And I think we can do better. Keeping our head up, dancing in the dark with you. I'm dancing in the dark with you. Dancing in the dark with you.
You're definitely playing a great service to people, for sure, because, you know, not a day go by where I don't listen to music. I have music on every day, morning, noon and night. I can't do without music. So, you know, and we need artists like yourself that are true to yourself, that put out music like you do, that's got that lovely sound to it. You know, you've got a different song. I could have a different song of yours on for a different type of the day or for how I feel. We need people like you that have put songs out like that to keep us all going, to keep us all, you know, happy and everything, because music is that one thing that can do that, unlike other things. So it's really good to have somebody like you that's still doing that, is got the enthusiasm and the thirst to keep, you know, songwriting and keep going out there and doing the live gigs as well.
Thank you. I guess from our side of stage, it's amazing. It's amazing making music, but it's funny. Like someone I was talking to earlier this morning was asked me, you know, about the process, and the way I see it is, it's really three things. You write the song, then you record and produce the song, and then the song, you come and play the song live. And that is like, and saying from experience of not being able to do the live part the last couple of years, like those three elements don't really, I feel like they can exist without each other, but frankly, like it's not really true. Like when you you get to play it live, that's like it's the crescendo. It's where the song really takes life, because it's like you have that interactive experience. So we feel the same way. I feel the same way, you know, about the live element and it being connected to people, because otherwise you'd be kind of putting these songs into the ether, which is not a bad thing. But to say that when a song does make its way into someone else's life, like that's that connectivity, that kind of, it's funny. It's a two-way door. It's a two-way.
You're getting something back as well, aren't you? because instead of you just putting music out, and if you didn't have the live part of it, you can't see the reaction, you can't hear the reaction of your fans that are listening to it. So you just sort of like get it's like a blank page for you. You're putting it out there, and yes, you're seeing reviews, but to actually see people enjoying your music physically must then gives you even more of enthusiasm, and even more to want to go on and keep doing it.
Oh, it's for sure a big part. It's like it really makes it worth it, and like it makes me think of just the other, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to be in this position and to, for example, be going all over the world. And like I turned up to Portugal and hopped off the plane and I went to this tiny little cafe in this town out of the city, and first and bump into a guy from the Canary Islands. He's like, hold on a second. He's like, I love your music, and like like can we hug? Like I just and imagine imagine the chances of being
that happening
like that. It's just incredible. So. And on that note, I must excuse myself for the simple reason that I have another interview.
I know. Yeah, I was just going to say to you, well, that's great. Thanks ever so much for all the information, and I will look out for your dates for the UK and everything. Okay.
And please jump online. They're all there. And if you'd like to come to one of the shows nearby, please, that would be amazing. Yeah. And obviously, I'm easy from saying it from London now, but as independent Australian artists with, we start our independent record label, but having, being independent, we do really appreciate the support. And to any of the listeners that do get to hear this, like just really thankful for all the support from you guys, it's from Channel R. So thank you. Like it's
more than welcome.
Making it all possible. So you have a absolutely beautiful day.
You as well, and enjoy your chill out time later on, and all the best for South Africa.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
All right, take care for now. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Discover Spotlight. Learn more about this week's featured artist on channelrradio.com/discover.